So I think the first thing we should do is actually set up the train. So let's grab half of those and maybe 3 of these. Okay, so 3 artillery wagons. The reason I'm using artillery wagons is because each one of these guys can carry 100 artillery shells. Whereas because the artillery shell only stacks to 1, if you put them inside a cargo wagon, you can only fit 48 in here. Actually, you can only fit 40. These are smaller than a chest. So yeah, you can only fit 40 in there. So we can get a lot, like it compresses it down a lot more. Let's also grab one of these. Okay, just get in there. Okay, so this is gonna hold the oil to drop off at the outpost, and then these will carry the artillery shells to drop those off as well. Okay, so that is all good. We will need to set up some requests to chests for these. And we'll put just fill it max. You can only fit 48 in here, so maybe we should actually have a couple. If we do that, that way between both of these, they can carry 96 and they'll be able to restock this a lot quicker. And we definitely will need stack inserters. There we go. So that's looking good. All right, so next thing we need to do is take this down to oil and fill up the oil. But first we should probably get some fuel in it. Are we actually making that here? Oh, I think we're importing it. We importing it? Yes, we are. We're importing it. Okay, cool. All right, so you're ready to go. Let's go down to outpost fluid oil maintenance until circuit condition. Just go. I put a circuit condition on a station to make sure the train doesn't leave, basically. Oh yeah, we can see the range of the artillery, so you can see how far it is. And if we actually build one of these, this is a targeting remote. If we hold on to this, it increases the range. So manual target mode is quite a bit bigger. So we can yeah, demolish a lot of shit. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. Okay, so we are here. What can this hold? Is it 25,000? It is, so it's 1 storage tank. And I don't have any on me. Luckily, I do have a little bit of steel on me. So I can craft one up. Because I think I would like to store a little bit extra for the yeah, let's do that. Can we? No, can't reach. God, that's irritating. All right, what about here? There we go. Okay, so now we've just got to pump this. Actually, there's probably not much point in pumping it. Yeah, I think we'll just go up like that. There we go. All right, so that'll get full. I'm just thinking, like, should we put this in a regular schedule? Like, should it come back here at the end of its run? Just thinking of if there's another way we could do it. Like, maybe if we did a circuit condition that if this tank gets empty, then this station gets turned on or something. And then what we could do is put this station in every second slot in its schedule. And that way, if the station is off, it won't go there. But then if this gets empty, it'll go there and fill it up before it goes to the next station. I think that sounds pretty good. So to do that, how are we gonna be able to? Can we wire this up? What if we do that? Does this? Okay, let's just hook this up for a second, just so we can see what we get access to. Okay, so we can read the train contents. So for this to work, anytime... Anytime a this train stops in any of the stations, we will read it. But that means we're going to have to wire this up. Like, we need a green wire to all the different outposts, which is going to suck. I think what we're going to have to do is change our blueprints. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't have any track or anything, do I? Oh, no, I think that'll be all right. Oh, okay. Apparently I do have track. Never mind. What we'll actually do is we'll put a red wire on here as well, because it might be useful for something else. And we'll also put the green wire on as well. So let's take a blueprint of that. So that way, no matter where we go, we will always be carrying these signals, which I think is going to come in very handy. So we actually want to enable or disable this station based on a signal. We'll call it signal O for oil. And if it's greater than 0, it'll enable. Oh, shit. Something I didn't anticipate. See, the thing is, like, if we have artillery turrets here, the train needs to come here to unload the artillery rounds as well. Or, okay, here's another idea. God, I'm getting fucking carried away with this. This is typical TimmyCarbine. Over engineering everything. What we could do is we could put... Do I have any turrets on me? No, I don't. God damn it. Okay, so we have our artillery turrets scattered around the outpost with requester chests that request ammo. Then we have a robot network that puts the ammo in the requester chest, and there'll be a storage container, logistics storage, that holds the ammo. When the ammo runs out of that, we will send a signal to the station to turn it on. So this train will only go to outposts that need artillery shells, or they need oil for the turrets. So we'll have to do a decider combinator, I guess. Or what we could do is change this to something more generic. So maybe defense. So that way, and then we'll wire up the storage container. If this gets empty, if it's less than 1,000, send out a D, send the D. Or if artillery shells reaches 0, send out a D. And that way, no matter what, if this station gets a D, it enables it, right? So let's grab, realistic, it should be red wire. Where does this red wire go? That goes all the way back to base, doesn't it? I think that'll be fine if we put it on the same network, because we're using a different signal. We're using D, whereas here we're using oil. It would only be an issue if we were using the oil signal as well. So yeah, we can have this as a red signal. I just think red seems more fitting because the train's red and military and stuff, you know. So let's do that. And also we will want to connect all of these up. Ah, shit. Yeah, we can't do that. Unless we change this to green. Which I think I'm going to do. It's extremely backwards and unnecessary, but I'm going to change this to a green network. So let's go to there, and then I'll have to take that all the way back to base. But we're going to be doing that anyway with the blueprint. Okay. So we can get rid of the red signal that is on here. Yeah, the reason why we need it separate is if we put this storage tank on the red network, it's going to include that in this count. So rather than being 100,000, it would be 125,000. Okay, and then we can get rid of the green signal that is here. Okay, I think that's good. So red is military and green is logistics. Sounds good. So this is going to enable or disable if D is greater than 0. Ah, shit. Hang on. we would need a separate signal for the other outposts. Ah, fucking hell. Just trying to get my head around this. Because this is both the depot and an outpost, basically. So this will be turning on under two conditions. If this train needs to come back to refuel, or if it needs to come here to unload ammo. So let's get some robots down. It needs to be in logistics range. I guess the artillery turrets don't need to be right up against the front lines. So we can sort of sit them back a little bit. Yeah, I know I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be, but yeah, once again, I really enjoy this aspect of Factorio. There's not a lot of games that allow you to have this much control over stuff. It's really, really cool. Is that in the wrong spot? It is. And that means all of these are in the wrong spot. Well, this one, I can move it to there. That's cool. Okay, so the middle section doesn't have any coverage. I guess we could fix that, but it's not really needed. We only need the logistics range for outside here. So then we'll place some turrets. And where do we want to put the ammo? We grab a... I mean, the train's going to be right here. Actually, this is going to be passive provide. No, buffer chest. Buffer chest? Because it's going to request and it's going to provide. So we want to request all of the... It can only fit 48 in there though. Maybe we should have a few of these. Let's get this guy out of the way for a second. And apparently I can't. Oh, he's on automatic. Yeah, we're just gonna have to park it here for a second. Okay, so we need a stack inserter. Well, yeah, we just need one. Or I guess we could. I guess technically we can just load it all up like that. But essentially, we will have passive providers for the other ones. I guess we'll have 2. That's the oil one, so that's useless doing that there. All right, getting there slowly. What we're going to do is wire it up, so to make sure it doesn't pull all of it out. So we'll go... Actually, we don't even need to do that. We could connect it to the logistic network. Only work if these are less than 200. So the train will pull up. If it has less than... let's just move that there for symmetry's sake. If this station has less than 200 artillery shells, then it'll unload however many it needs to. And just in case that oil train needs to come back, let's get this guy out of the way. Yeah, so that's gonna work now. So that's gonna pull out 200 rounds. He's got 50, he's got nothing, and he's got 48. Okay, cool. Yep, that looks good. Now there's no robots here to screw around with this. Otherwise they'd be pulling it from these passive providers and putting them in the buffer chest. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now we just need to wire this roboport up to a decider, because we don't want to actually send the signal of how many artillery shells. We want to just send the D. We just need to send the D. Where the oh, that's right. I put them down here. Okay. So if artillery shells are less than 200, send the D. Just one. Just send a D. So that goes into there. And then that is too far. I guess we can just do it like that. Okay, for completion's sake, this is how we're going to set up an outpost. Not this one, obviously, because it's getting its oil from the actual oil farm. But when it comes to other outposts, the only way it gets oil will be from this tank. But we will do a similar thing, and we will say if crude oil is less than, say, 1,000. I mean, it doesn't really need a great deal. Those flame turrets only consume 3 every second or something when they're working. Yeah, we'll just say 1,000. If it's less than 1,000, do we want to output D? Probably not. I don't think we do. Because this is only going to enable when D... oh, fucking hell. The thing that's confusing me is the fact that we need to read the train on the other outposts, and they're going to be sending a signal to here. So this is right. We want that as D. And I guess this can be D as well. If this was an outpost. Yeah, this is never gonna send that D signal. So we go to there. And then you go to there. And then that way we can get rid of that. So that way it's not sending the crude oil signal down the line. It's only sending this D signal. Okay. I think we need to actually go back and set up a we need to set up another outpost to get this working. So I can get my bloody head around it. Okay. Let's go to another outpost. Let's go back home first because I want to get some robots. So, B-base military. Go. Yeah, so that station's currently off. And that's right, because it doesn't need ammo and it doesn't need oil. Here I am meant to be explaining to you guys what I'm doing, and all I'm doing is confusing myself. Alright, let's flick it over to manual. Get rid of that. Okay, yeah, this station is not iron. It is copper. Wonder where I got iron from. Seems really dumb. Okay, anyway, we're gonna have to make another one of these because I forgot. So we want to unload the train, which is actually going to be here. I've parked it in a weird spot. Pump. Going out. And then we want to join it in with here. Okay, that's good. And that's quite irritating. All right. Now we need to do the same thing. We've got to build a bot network. Yeah, so I need to leave space because we're going to have, actually, I don't think we've got enough space because we also need all the belts, all the belts. Okay, we'll sort it out later. All right, let's get this done. So we want, actually, let's just take a copy of what we've already done. Which is not there, you idiot. Yeah. Copy. Actually, it'd be nice to take a copy of the D. Yeah, so it's gonna be there. That's where the train's gonna be parked. Okay, that's good. So this should stop when it gets to 200. Yep, beautiful. Red signal from the RoboPort network to the decider combinator. And then that goes back to here. And no, you're an idiot. It will need to go out. Needs to go out onto the main line, which we'll fix later. Okay, so this station here, yeah, so we need to wire this up. Because this needs to read the train contents. Read stopped train. When a train is stopped at the train stop, a signal is sent with a unique number for that train. Okay, no, we don't need that. We want this. We want to read the train contents because we want to find out how much oil it has on board. And if it's empty, we're going to send a signal to the oil outpost to turn it on. Yes. And we're also going to be sending a signal from here to this station. If this station is out of, oops. If this station is out of artillery, god damn it, artillery shells, then we also need to turn this one on. So this will be, yeah, enable or disable. if D is greater than 0. But this is all going to be part of the same network. So if another train station, if another outpost runs out of ammo, it's going to send the D along the wire and it's going to reach this station. Which is going to turn them all on. So all the stations will turn on if one of the outposts runs out of ammo. How can we get around that? How can we make it unique? All right, so the network's all connected now. As a test, let's have a look at the stations. So they're both off, so there's no D. If we change this to less than 14,000, that's now on. That station's on. This station is also on. And this D shouldn't be counted, basically, because this is full. This station should only turn on if this train, like this wagon, is empty, which it currently is, but actually, no, we didn't do that. There's still 42 in there. There's 42 in there. Let's just rotate that around for a second. Are we getting a signal of oil? No. I don't think it's reading the train contents. I think I'm gonna have to do some research on this. Find out a way to do it. Because, yeah, the episode's gone for too long and I'm not making a great deal of sense at the moment. And I'd rather like just bring you guys back and show you exactly how I got it to work rather than drag you guys along while I stumble my way through it. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to lead your targets, and I'll see you next time.